What up, Blockchain Nation? What up, YouTube? I want to say a very, very big thank you to you for subscribing to All Things Blockchain. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below so that you can get weekly videos. There has been a lot of noise about Libra. What really is Libra, right? So if you're ready, say I'm ready. Let's go. All right, so if you go to the Libra official page, you see right here, it says, welcome to Libra. Libra is a simple global currency and financial infrastructure that empowers billions of people. You can read the white paper and it will just give you an explanation or give you a huge headache depending on what your interest is. But honestly, I don't want to go into all the weeds because there's a lot of information here. If you just watch this quick video here on the YouTube, maybe you can play it later. I'll put a link to it below. It just gives you a slight detail about Libra. Basically, the concern of the question is that people can send, you can send a message to anybody around the world instantly. You can send an email instantly. But why is it that you can't send money to somebody the same way you can send an email? And that's been a very, very difficult problem for the longest time, which is the problem that Bitcoin allegedly solved, or actually solved. You can send money or Bitcoins from here to anywhere, to anyone, anywhere around the world for a minimal fee. And but there are challenges with Bitcoin. It can't scale. It doesn't do a large number of transactions and blah 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 blah. So here comes Libra. So just quickly, I'll just show you this. This is Calibra. Calibra is a wallet that's created by Facebook or by Calibra. Calibra is the name of the company and it's also the name of the wallet. It's a subsidiary of Facebook. And the cool thing is, so look at this. You can send Libra, which is the currency, to anybody around the world. You can send it. You can send it through WhatsApp, through Facebook. Here you go. So imagine right from your phone, from your cell phone, and you can go to someone on your contact list and you can send them Libra the same way you send them a text message or you send them a message, an instant message on Facebook, which is very, very exciting. So imagine this. I can literally be here in the US and I can pay somebody anywhere in the world, which is their goal. Let me see, I saw that somewhere. Their goal is to be able to reach everybody around the world. Let's go to the FAQs. The question is Calibra available in my country? Our goal is to make Calibra available for everyone. So they want to make the app Calibra available to everybody all around the world. That way you can send, imagine like now in the US, if I want to send money to my mom who lives in Africa, I would have to look for a friend who has an account here in the US. I have a couple of friends who might do the business all around the world, so they have a US dollar account. Pay the money into my friend's US dollar account so that he or she can now transfer funds to my mom who lives in Africa, which is cool for me. But for most people around the world, you might not, well, not around the world, most people in developing countries don't have that privilege, so they have to go through institutions like Western Union, who charge huge amount of money in fees. So that's crazy. But with Calibra, right from my cell phone, the same way I would send a message to my mom on WhatsApp, I can just send her Libra, which is the currency. And the powerful thing about this is you can send Libra. If you go to the other FAQs, you'll see it says, yeah, here you go. Can I use my local currency in Calibra? Calibra is designed for Libra. So when you send or spend money or save your money, you will be using Libra. You can convert your local currency into Libra to add money to your wallet. That's so cool. So I can send money to someone anywhere in the world from WhatsApp, from the Calibra app. And the money that I'll be sending is called Libra. It's currency like you have US dollars, like how you have pounds, like how you have pesos. So that Libra can now be converted to whatever local currency. So for example, I can do business with somebody in China, or I can do business with somebody in India. And for my cell phone, I will send them Libra. Then they can now convert from the same cell phone the Libra into their own local currency, which is just powerful, which is just huge, which is just simply amazing. So you can just go to this Calibra website and you can click on get started. It's coming soon as of this recording, so you can sign up to one of the first. You can download the app. The app will be available on both the iPhone and Android, so which is really cool. So this talks about the app Calibra, how you can use Calibra to send Libra to people all around the world. Calibra, Libra, Libra, Calibra. I know it sounds interesting, like a rhyme. Calibra went to Libra and Libra told Calibra. Anyways, so this is Calibra, the company, Calibra, the app that you can use to send Libra. So if you go to the Libra website, it talks about how is a global currency. So the question is, how did we get here? Won't bore you with all the details, but basically, like I said, Bitcoin was invented for a couple of reasons. One was to solve this global problem of spending money, and also because in the past people have worried about traditional fiat currencies like the pound, the peso, on the United States dollar in 2008 after the global financial crisis, when a lot of banks folded up because they were investing or betting on real estate, in the real estate markets in the subprime crisis. During that period, when a lot of people lost their jobs and companies like Lehman Brothers and AIG was on the Lehman Brothers folded up, and AIG was on the brink of collapse. When all that happened in 2008, Bitcoin was invented. Bitcoin has had its shortcomings. It's very, very volatile and the rest. So people have tried to solve this problem with other currencies that have come up, but I'm not saying Libra is the answer. People will argue and say, well, Facebook, we don't trust Facebook with our information, and that's not what this is about. This is just me giving you the information, and you can decide to do whatever you want to do with this. But it's important to understand that, let's just look at this. So there are a couple of companies that are involved in Libra. So people ask the question, you might ask the question, so what gives Libra its value? So Libra, the currency is, it's not going to be volatile like Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies because it's backed by fiat currencies. So there's a pool or a basket of currencies that that's like the reserves for Libra that represents or that backs Libra. So this was how the US dollar was such a long time ago. The US dollar was backed by gold. So for all the US dollars that were in the economy, there was actually gold in the reserves. So if you take your time and look at this documentation, there's a lot to read. I'm still reading it myself. I'm going to do a future video and talk about Libra for developers and how the consensus algorithm works and how you can build applications on top of it using the programming language called Move. And I know that might bore some of you, but it's good to just look at this information on reserve. So what the Libra has done, or what they've been able to do, is they have a couple of companies, which is a cool list. If you see, from Andreessen Horowitz to Uber to Lyft, let's just look at this picture of all the companies. Currently there are about 28 companies. Facebook's goal is to find about 100 companies to be part of this consortium. So the concept is they all put down about $10 million in to buy Libra. So that's how the currency will grow. It's based on two things. One is the investors that invest in the fund by buying Libra, and people like myself and you who may download the app and begin to trade our US dollars or whatever currency you have to buy Libra. So the more people use Libra, the bigger the reserves become and the bigger the network becomes and all that good stuff. So these are all the companies that are currently involved in this Libra project, which is very interesting, from Coinbase to PayPal to Uber to Visa to Lyft to eBay and the rest. And people might argue and say, well, it's not becoming centralized, but I don't know. Let's see how this plays out. People might also argue and say that in some respect, some other cryptocurrencies are somewhat centralized due to the fact that you have some centralized mining pools. And I'm now going into information that I had no intention of going into because my goal was not to bore you to death. But basically, check this out. So this is Calibra. Calibra is the company that's a subsidiary of Facebook that's building the app. The name of the app is also Calibra, and the currency that you can trade on that platform is called Libra. What gives Libra its value? A couple of things. The fact that in its reserves, it has a basket of currencies that is backed by money that comes in from its investors and from people like me and you when we decide to buy Libra by exchanging our dollars or pesos or whatever currency in the part of the world that you live in for Libra. And as more people do transactions, the network grows. It's great because the transaction fees are very, very minimal when I want to send money to someone, whether through WhatsApp or through the Calibra app. So it's just a great time. So for me, this is just a basic basic entry-level explanation of what Libra or Calibra is, and then we'll hope to do another video in the future to look at where it's gone so far, and to also look at how you can build on top of Libra, the Libra blockchain, the Move programming language, and how all this works. I'm still reading all the documentation, and I'll have more information for you later on. So it's an interesting concept, interesting project. Let's know what you think. We'll have to learn a new programming language called Move. And well, what else do I want to cover? I think that's it so far. Let's take a look at this, and yeah, how's the reserve getting set up? So interesting stuff. Till next time, my wish for you is that you learn more about distributed ledger technology, especially this blockchain space, because it's my personal belief that those who get involved early will greatly impact the future. And if that's you, then let's go change the world.